Derek Dooley is running for the U.S. Senate in Georgia.
Yeah.
He was the coach on the opposite sideline in a game that I have heard you refer to as your favorite that you've ever played in. I will let you set the scene, but 2010 LSU-Tennessee, can you take us through the final couple plays of that game? We have some visual aids too.
Yeah. So, so it was LSU, it was Tennessee. They weren't any good. We were very good that year. I think we finished 11-2, ranked top 5, but they were awful. And we were about to lose to them. We actually scored on the very first play of the game and then nothing after that. And so we get the ball back. I think we end up going, it's our last chance of the ball. I think we end up going on like an 18-play drive. But and in the middle of it, I started playing guard. In the middle of it, our center got hurt and I switched to center, which is funny given how the story ends. But so basically we're on the goal line. We have no timeouts. I think there's about 30 seconds left. And we call a running play. Now, what that means is, like, ideally, if you're going to call a running play in that situation, worst case scenario, you need to have a follow-up play called so that if you get tackled in bounds, everybody's on the same page about what comes next.
Is this why you're standing there looking at the sideline like this before that play?
Yeah, bro, there was no second play.
Yeah.
All we had was zone read. I think it was zone read. And all we had was zone read oh shit, was it? Sorry, I got distracted by a message. Okay, all we had was zone read. We had no follow-up play. So Jordan Jefferson gets tackled inbounds. Clock is running. Nobody has a play. Nobody knows what's going on. And then the coaches are all signaling different formations. The OC ends up calling, we're in like a power formation. He ends up calling for a spread. Like, I think we went from like 2 tights to like 4 or 5 wide with a running clock with under 30 seconds left.
This helps explain what happens later, though.
Yes. So none of it makes any sense. It's completely discombobulated, but thankfully everybody was looking to the OC. And so at least the personnel somehow got correctly on the field. Like, we had 11 guys. But so Dooley sees the substitutions happen, and it's like it's like one of those 4D. It's like okay, how would I explain? Like, he started to panic because he thought we were, instead of being discombobulated, he thought we were pulling like a next level strategy move. Like we had drilled this to death. This is all a part of the plan. And he was like, oh fuck, like I gotta match sub for sub. So then he runs more guys onto the field, but they don't run any guys off.
That 4 guys run on for Tennessee and 2 guys run off.
Yes. So but we don't know any of this because we're all like just focused on ourselves. We're fucking panicking. And we're lined up. Jordan's still looking at sideline play. I'm looking at the scoreboard. I see 3, 2, and so at 2 seconds, I just said fuck it and snapped it because we didn't have a play. And last year, I'd been in a game where I let the clock run out against Ole Miss to 0 because I was waiting for the ref to blow the whistle. So this time I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm not gonna let the clock run out. I'm just gonna snap it. And it was a good snap. It went by Jordan because he was looking at the sideline, but it was a good snap. It was right at his hip. And so it looked like a fumbled snap. We had lost the game. I tossed my helmet. I'm fucking furious. Well, it turns out
Derek Dooley, thinking he's won the game, walking off the field.
Oh, bro, I saw one Tennessee player do a full, like, round off backflip in front of my face. And I remember even through my, like, and I was seeing red, even through my rage, I remember being like, holy shit, that was pretty cool. Like, that is pretty badass. So I am like furious. All of a sudden, flags, 13 people on the field, and then it sets up it is football distilled down to its purest essence, because it sets up a 1 play from the 1 yard line. If you untimed, 0 seconds clock, if you score, you win. If you don't, you lose. Like, that's fucking awesome. And then we end up scoring. We
and Les called his favorite play. Like, that was...
Yeah, it was power. We just ran power, of course.
Bread and butter, Les
What the fuck else
Miles.
are we gonna run? Yeah, power toss. Goal line power toss. That is LSU football of my era. So that was great and very embarrassing for Dooley. The ultimate Mad Hatter
Dooley
moment.
getting tracked down on the sideline by Les Miles for the handshake.
Bro, it's so funny. It is the literal example of doing something so dumb that it ended up being smart. Like you ended up managing to make the other team, you acted so absurd that the other team had to match you in your absurdity, and
I would have liked to
they
see you guys
failed to
go
do so.
4 wide without changing personnel at the goal line. That would have been great.
Just bump out the tight ends.
Bump out the
I
tight
still don't
ends,
know.
yeah.
Bro, the craziest thing is that we were in a legal formation. And also,
I don't know how you had 11 on the field, because your substitutions were just, or appeared to be just as discombobulated as theirs. And like, the best is the replay during, so they stop things. The broadcast booth realizes something's up. The game's not over. And you see the white hat ref, and it's a very quick call from the booth. He's like, 13 men on the field. He's like, too many men on the field, illegal participation. And then, so the broadcast goes to count. Let's count the guys. Like, that's just 11. And it was just 11 for Tennessee. And then you see, like, as you guys are running guys off, like 4 more LSU players run on the field. Somehow you got to 11. So 4 Tennessee players begin to run on the field. 4 Tennessee players begin to run off. No, I'm sorry. 3 Tennessee players begin to run off.
Yes.
2 of them keep going. One of them gets to the hash mark and turns around and goes back as 4 more come on. So it was.
Yes. And now that's the man that wants you to trust him to put him in the U.S. Senate. I mean, look, these football coaches becoming politicians make sense because football coaches are egomaniacs. And the only way that you want to be a politician is if you're an egomaniac. But, like, get the fuck out of here, dude. I mean, get the fuck out of here. Like, at least Tuberville had an undefeated season that should have been a natty.
But yeah, he had like 5 wins in a row against Bama. Like, that's fine.
Mahomes, guys. Like, that's a big deal.
Wait, what'd you say? What'd you say, Art?
Tuberville coached Mahomes.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's
he never did, by the way. He just said
Bob, he just said he did, and then people fact checked it. And then
I did not know that.
Yeah.
He didn't even recruit him. The Kingsbury staff recruited him. So.
Yeah, I would say that, like, Derek Dooley's decision making within that entire ordeal does not inspire confidence.
That's incredible. T-Bob, I know you got to go. Thank you so much. We love you.
Boys. Later,
always appreciate you,
we'll
man.
do it longer next time when I got my shit set up.
All right,
yes, sir. Good. See ya.
Later, guys.
Ari, that play, I had forgotten. I had forgotten how absolutely insane that play was. I was laughing my ass off going back through it to find the screen grabs last night. You brought this up between shows. You said we need to find more of these plays and call people who were on the field to explain them to us. And I'm thinking like the Boise State stuff in the Fiesta Bowl, the Statue of Liberty. LSU was involved in another one. He's the Bluegrass Miracle when they played Kentucky. That was a huge one where they snatched victory from the jaws of defeat. I was under Saban, I believe. There's so many of these that were just bizarre, crazy endings. Do we want to, like, what was that Arizona State game last year where Kenny Dillingham was on the field at the end of the game?
There's multiple ways of doing this. You could do iconic play, which were just really like the Statue of Liberty play or the hook and ladder play from Boise. But you can also do just nonsense plays, like things that happened by accident that, like, just, college football being college football. It's just completely unhinged,
it's absurd.
I'm looking through a list of plays that are like the most iconic plays in college football history right now.
I mean, obviously the Cal Stanford band play is number one.
Right. And I'm sure that they've had somebody come on and discuss the intricacies of what happened there, but there's a lot in like the 90s that were pretty crazy. I'm trying to think of like more recent ones from the past 5 years that happened that would be really cool to get details of.
Well, drop them in the chat if you have your team was a victim of one of these or the beneficiary of one of these, or send us an email, andystaples on3@gmail.com, ari.wasserman@on3.com. If you have one of those that like you can't stop laughing about, or it still hurts, like we want to know, because that was a fun segment with T-Bob explaining what, like when he goes, it was a good snap right at his hip. Like I want that perspective from people who are on the field.
He's got the charisma. Andy, I'm going to put you on the spot. What do you think is the most iconic play, individual play of our adult lives?
Vince Young's Superman. Or the Statue of Liberty for Boise. What about Vince Young's Superman against USC?
What about Reggie Bush's the push touchdown?
Oh, kick six.
Bush.
Bush was fine. Kick six is more iconic than that.
Yeah,
the kick six has to be it, right?
Yeah, because it was also something you never see in a regular game. Like, has there been a kick six that like we remember since that?
No, there was one on a Monday Night Football game in the NFL. I don't know if they scored, but they did return one.
Mm-hmm. The touchdown pass.
Second and 26.
Second and 26 is a good one. Second and 26 is a really good one because of the stage too. But like the kick six was a bizarre play, and it happened in a rivalry game, and it also altered who played for the championship that year.
Correct. So because the winner won the SEC West, went to Atlanta, and then the winner of that was going to play for the national championship.
What about
the Michael Crabtree touchdown catch against Texas in 2008?
Yeah. Oh, that's a tremendous one. Although it didn't change. Well, it did change who played for the national title, because if Texas wins that game, they probably would have wound up playing Florida for the national title instead of Oklahoma.
And then, of course, the Bluegrass Miracle in 2002 between LSU and Kentucky.
Yeah.
Trying to think. Were you going to say one, River?
I was going to say, was it 2016, the game, Michigan-Ohio State, the first down?
Oh, the measurement.
Yeah, the measurement, yes.
JT Barrett did his butt cross.
Yeah, that was a debate for a while. That was a big debate.
How about the Appalachian State block of the kick against Michigan?
Mm-hmm.
Holy Buckeye, the 2002 Ohio State touchdown pass late in the Purdue game that kept their national title hopes alive. They went for it on 4th and 2 and threw a bomb for a touchdown. That was a pretty big one.
You two were not born for Hale Flutie. I actually remember watching Hale Flutie live as a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
Hale Flutie was insane.
I think we got all the big ones, because I'm like actually trying to like research this as we're talking about it, and like by memory, we got all the ones that I'm seeing the most.
Yeah, I mean the kick six, I think, because of everything, like second and 26 was for a national title, but because the kick six happened in the Iron Bowl, was such a strange play, such an unusual play. I think that's got to be it.
It would be my vote, just because I can't even think of other people who have returned missed field goals in the time since. So for it to happen on that stage and in that moment, like, what are the odds of that?
Like Chris Davis, does he get recognized every second because of that?
Yeah, you want to talk about like a 15-second clip of your life basically defining it. I can't imagine a bigger.
And interestingly enough, because I just remember this from the great Sports Illustrated photo from the national title game that year. Chris Davis was covering Kelvin Benjamin when Benjamin caught that pass in the back of the end zone to win the national title game.
Yeah.
So Chris Davis was on kind of both sides of that.
Yeah. That's right. I forgot about that. And Benjamin was just like way bigger and taller and longer.
He I mean, we thought he was like college Megatron all over again.
Yeah.
And then it did not work out in the NFL.
But like, we have to come up, and we need their, listeners' help. What about like weird plays that just happen like in the same vein as the one that we discussed with T-Bob?
Yeah, because that Tennessee LSU game really didn't have a huge impact on the grand scheme of that season. It was just incredibly bizarre.
But I think I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver here, but I think that if we get some good candidates, Andy and I will do our best to use our Rolodexes to try to get people who were involved in those plays on to talk about them, because I thought that was really interesting. And it might be a new little layer to the show that people would enjoy. Let us know what you think.
I love it. So yeah, give us your ideas, because I guarantee you, all of you in your memory banks have a player or two that was bananas that maybe everybody else has forgotten about that we'd love to unearth. Because honestly, I had not thought about the 13 men on the field LSU-Tennessee play until Derek Dooley announced he was running for Senate.
Yeah, like what were the most successful broken plays?
I mean, back to Auburn, the Cam Heisman moment play where he has the run against LSU.
Mm-hmm.
I still think that's one of the more amazing plays I've ever seen. I don't know if that is on the level of the stuff we're talking about, but I've always been fascinated by that play, because can you win the Heisman in one play? No, but when you have that as the lead to your highlight package, it's hard to lose it.
Yeah,
how about Johnny Manziel dropping the ball
and then picking it
up and throwing to Ryan Swope against Alabama?
Yeah, that's definitely one of them. You know, I know it's kind of recent, but the touchdown pass that Jalen Hurts had in the Iron Bowl 2 years ago to Bernard.
You mean Jalen Milroe? Jalen Milroe.
What did I say?
Jalen Hurts. Bernard wasn't playing for Alabama yet. It was Isaiah Bond.
Jalen Milroe to Isaiah Bond. Sorry.
Yeah.
You should probably just edit that out and start over so the South.
It's funny because we have the kick six, and like in any other rivalry, that Jalen Milroe, because 4th and goal from the 31 or the 28 is.
I'm forgetting a big one too. It was a past the 20. I'm forgetting another one, Andy. The surrender Cobra play, the blocked punt in the Michigan game, and back in 2000.
Oh, that's right. Trouble with the snap.
Yeah, where he bobbled it and they returned it for a touchdown to win the game. The Clowney, I guess this is just a crazy play, but the Clowney hit on Michigan in the backfield of the bowl game.
So I was at that game. I was in I covered the Outback Bowl. This was back when I had the full weight of the SI travel budget and I could go wherever I wanted to. So New Year's Eve, I had that incredible Clemson LSU Taj Boyd Peach Bowl where Clemson ran like 111 offensive plays and the LSU players were cramping in the tunnels after the game and they were so tired. And I got on a plane the next morning. I land in Tampa. I go straight to the stadium, and it's the Outback Bowl, so you get steaks and bloomin' onions right at your seat. And so I'm munching away, and you're just watching that game. And so, do you remember what happened immediately before the Clowney hit on Vincent Smith?
Mm-mm.
So they had a measurement on the sideline. It was actually on the South Carolina sideline.
Oh yeah, they gave him.
Did Michigan make the first down or not? And they didn't, very clearly didn't make the first down. And the ref's like, first down. And so, and you don't want anything bad to happen to Vincent Smith, but that is the ultimate ball don't lie play.